The year 2018 ends today, and it is time for me to wish a very happy end of year to all the patriots of Cameroon, both home and abroad. We want to thank God for our lives, and we keep trusting Him for the future, that He will keep us safe, same way He has kept us safe throughout this year, which has just ended. It is also time for us to take stock and find out how far we've gone with the strive to bring about peace and normalcy in our country, Cameroon. Let me use the word Anglophone, representing those who speak English in the country, where there is a crisis, where we all come from, our heartbeat, a crisis that is affecting all of us directly or indirectly. And to ask this question, that what have we gained from the ghost towns? What have we gained from school boycott? What have we gained from roadblocks? What have we gained from breaking bridges? What have we gained from kidnapping people, beheading them? What have we gained from listening to a stupid diaspora that we have, who call themselves Ambazonia with Cameroonian documents in their pocket? When the ghost town started, the same people who applauded them are today crying. They thought that the ghost towns would be short-lived, that it's going to just be a matter of a few days. But it now became something that has to be a routine in the English part of this country every week. And some weeks, the extremists will even impose more than a day on the people. And some people who are very lazy, who love to stay at home, who enjoy public holidays, have taken it as a tradition to rest on Monday. And all of us know the impact of Mondays. When you frustrate your work on Monday, it is evident that your whole week will be frustrated. Ghost towns have now come to stay, and provocatively, some people in the Anglophone community are imposing their traditional way of calling such a day on people from the Southwest who don't know what they call Country Sunday, because we are Christians, we have only one Sunday. School boycott has brought a lot of families on their knees, especially the poor ones, who are now breeding illiterates. Those who have managed to escape the prank of school boycott are families which have the means and the people out of the Anglophone zone to sponsor their children in very expensive schools out of the region. Children who used to take to school are now paying taxes to go to school in very expensive schools, in very thickly populated schools, not as ventilated as the schools we already had, which we ourselves have burned down. I say we ourselves because we cannot say that it is just the Amber boys who are burning the schools. Those children, they are boys, and meaning that their parents are alive. So what did the parents teach the children? They brought the children up to hate their country, to despise people of other regions. It is unfortunate. The roadblocks, what are we getting from the roadblocks? You block the road when the civilians are coming. You kidnap them, dupe them, take ransom, burn their car, and when the military comes, you run away. So you took up arms. Those who took up arms to fight for Anglophones, are they actually fighting for the English-speaking people, or they are making things worse for us? I want us to go back, try to do a small retrospect, and find out where we were as Anglophones before this crisis and where we are now. Were we better off before the crisis than we are now? That's a question an intelligent person should be asking himself. As an Anglophone, at least, I know that we had peace, that we could spend the night and even leave our doors open. Our children were going to school without anybody disturbing them. We were sure that our markets are safe and people could move about at any time of the day and go into their homes, even if they are drunk, and be sure that they will reach their house. Today, our security is not guaranteed because of the activities of the children we raised, of the children we brought up, of the children we taught to hate other people. we have red cannibals who are today on our throats. It is time for us, people who speak the language in which I'm expressing myself, to ask themselves whether the lifestyle of the Anglophone should be an occultic lifestyle whereby children get up in the morning and tie charms around themselves with hunting guns, going out not to look for rat moles or antelopes or other animals, but to look for fellow human beings to kill. Is that the lifestyle we are planning to take into 2019? Are we planning to take the ghost towns into 2019? When we hosted you people began the ghost towns, you said you want to cripple the economy. But it is very clear that God is with Cameroon, because as you can see, up till now, the country is still moving. Nobody has gone for a month without salary because of your ghost towns. You are penalizing yourselves by observing those ghost towns. And now you applauded an evil and encouraged an evil which today you cannot even take yourself out of. But I want to think that the English people are more intelligent than all these weed smoking boys. All these boys who are consuming tramadol that will never be banned. Even that tramadol that nobody wants to ban like that. We of the English speaking expression, we are more intelligent than those children. And I believe that we can stand up to them, honestly, because we are keeping quiet and they are still killing us. They are still duping us. They are still destroying our property. They are still on our necks. So when we stand up and talk and choose to die after talking, those boys, they are bound to surrender to peace. Yes, if the government cannot solve the Anglophone problem like most of you think, and you choose to kill yourself because you think the government is not solving the Anglophone problem, are you Anglophones not capable of solving your own problems? How do you manage your homes and families? How do you manage your responsibilities in the society? You don't have problems that you solve on a daily basis? Why is the Anglophone problem so special that even the Anglophones themselves are not trying to solve it? We can say no to ghost town and stand by it. All of us come out and say, let those boys come out and kill us. Let them come out and do their worst. Let's stand and face it. You cannot win a fight by running away. You can only win a fight by, standing up to the enemy, facing him. You stand still and see what these boys will do. And we have to muster courage, because I don't think that anybody wants to enter into 2019 with such an economic hardship that we've known. Our schools are there getting rotten. Most of them have been burned down. Schools that we built with our hard-earned money. Schools that we built from PTA funds we raised. All of us know that you cannot have a school anywhere where the PTA is not actually a very solid backbone. If you look at most schools, especially government schools, you see that the PTA is even more expensive than the actual fee that the government is collecting. Just to tell you what the parents are sacrificing every day to have those beautiful structures standing all over the Anglophone territory. And then today, children whose worth is not even up to a desk in the classroom will stand up with a match which they bought for 25 francs and then just burn a whole school like that, which is the sweat of many parents over the years. Shall we allow them to continue like that? That we shall be taking our children to other places to attend classes, whereas we have schools which we build with our sweat in our communities? Those are the questions we Anglophones should ask ourselves as we are ending this year. It is very expensive for us to transport our children to other places, and it's even unsafe for us and the children. You cannot, as a father, manage your children who are in distant places. It was cheaper for us to have those children around us where they can even come back after school and help us to clean the house, wash plates, do some chores, follow us to the farm, and we train them out of school the way we want them to actually grow up, because the training of a child can never be complete in school. Now, if the parent is absent, your child is being raised by one uncle or one aunt or one relative who even is bored having that child around him, then you are failing as a parent. We have to defend and fight that our schools exist. The schools that the government created in our various localities. We need our children around us. Let them grow around us and understand exactly how people live a life in and out of school. It is only you who can give your child that. As we are talking right now, everybody who is an Anglophone is suffering. Those who are not IDPs, who are not internally displaced persons, have internally displaced persons whom they are managing either in their homes or away from their homes. Because there is no way a brother can call you or a sister and say, since morning I've not eaten. And then your conscience actually spares you to eat your own food without you thinking of what to do. Mobile money here and there. People are just sending money. And there are some homes that if you move into those homes, you see that they have about 14 people living in the same home, 18 people living in the same home. Relatives who have run away from the village who prefer to come and sleep on corridors in the Francophone territory just to have peace. Just to have a place where they can get up in the morning and they don't hear any gunshot. Those people are running away for their head. So everybody is inconvenienced. Both those in the Anglophone zone and those who are not there. And then the same people we are warring against, whom we say Francophones are bad people, they are the same people we are running to come and take refuge. I don't think whether this whole thing doesn't make any sense, that even up to now, we are, these terrorists from the Anglophone zones are actually invading Francophone territories and even causing trouble to a very peaceful people. Honestly, I don't like, my name is Franklin and I don't like to flatter people. The Francophones are the reason why we have peace in Cameroon. May God bless them. And we Anglophones should emulate them, please. Because those people don't even seek to retaliate. Whatever thing we do to them. How many Francophones have you people killed? Both those of them who are civilians and who are soldiers. Beheading some. Killing even pregnant women who are Francophones in our territory. Kidnapping engineers and killing them. Nobody has retaliated from the Francophone sector. That is where I actually see the hand of God in this crisis. And that's where I actually take the Francophones right as people who are very, very, very peace-loving. Nobody's retaliating. Look at that part whom the Guy boys killed in Twi. They shot him just because he's a Francophone. Whereas if you go to Twi, in the Francophone sector, you will see that there are many people, many Anglophones living in Twi. And even after that, the people, if those people had the spirit that some of you have, killing Francophones, then I'm sure by now the whole country could have been full of graves. You cannot be saying that these people are not our brothers, and yet you run to them for refuge. And then the people even keep you safe and they welcome you. It is a very big shame for the Anglophone community. What kind of impression are you giving the world about the person who is speaking English in Cameroon? You block your own roads and block your own brothers and sisters who want to go and do business somewhere that they should not move about with their farm products. You destroy your own roads, hard-earned roads. All of us know that in Cameroon here, roads are very precious achievements for anybody to have. Those of you who are moving to the Francophone sector, you must have seen in the quarters that people use only bikes, Okada, Bensikin to move. The roads are horrible everywhere in Cameroon. Then you manage to have your tar. You begin to dig it to please one Tapang Ivo Tanku in the United States of America, a Cameroonian immigrant. That thief who killed his own father. His father was the first policeman he killed. To please Tapang Ivo, you begin to destroy your road. That Tapang said it. Eric Tato will get up in the morning and say, oh, go out there and cut the hands of those who are so-called blacklists who don't buy the idea of secession, because it doesn't make sense to them that cut their hands, you cut their fingers, you cut people's head, you bury them, you do all of that. Mark Barata will say, enter inside schools, kill students, because that's his own specialty. Attacking education, Mark Barata, that mad fool. Kill students, kill teachers, attack students even in their hostels. You just got up and begin to do it to please him. Ayabacho will get up and say, oh, when you see any soldier anywhere in your neighborhood, even if it's a soldier who, so most of you were sponsored by uniform people. And you know that there are people who work on instructions. There are people who are directed to do a job. That's their work, to protect and to defend. Some of you have enjoyed their money. Those people are very generous. When they have money like that, they will lavish it on their friends, buy them drinks, give them money. They are very merciful. They have even paid your hospital bills. The man who is talking was sponsored by a policeman from start to finish. My biological father does not know how much it costs for me to go through primary education. My uncle did that for me, and he was just a police constable. Ayabacho would say, take a gun, shoot him, and you shoot. I don't know whether they have entered, the type of court they have entered there in Europe, whereby what everything they say is what you hear. When people are saying things that make sense, like what I'm trying to say here now, is what makes nonsense to you people. And then the next thing I'll have as my own benefit and my thank you is that somebody will just look for my picture and draw a red cross on top and begin to circulate. But we thank God that God is fighting for some of us, because he sees the hearts, he sees the conscience. So in fact, all those people who used to do those nonsense for me, they are now history. In fact, they died in my place. So that's not even a topic for discussion. You break your bridges. Do you know the cost of a bridge? You break your bridges that you are going to pass, how, and transport your sick people, and transport the pregnant women, and transport food to your community. How do you break your bridges? Why have you people decided to go back to the days of the early man? In fact, he was even more civilized, because the man was even struggling to get himself into a life which is more settled. You people have your communities, there is everything there. You go about destroying it to please idiots who are abroad. What kind of primitivity is this, where people think that those who are abroad are still, those type of gods? In those days, who you worship bush fallers because they are abroad, everything they say is law, everything they say is good, is normal, there are people to deal with. Who deceived you people? That the people abroad are better than you? I'm living here in Cameroon. Go through my pictures. You are going to see a human being that you admire. And I'm feeding on the same things that we eat here in Cameroon, the natural food and the natural water that we have and drink, and the free air. And I have my peace of mind here in Cameroon. Then you begin to think that because somebody is abroad, he can give you instructions and you just follow them. It's a pity. Most of you were even pulled out of school, and then you help to pull your friends out of school. I just got a report this morning before coming to do this video that there is a certain community in Chang, in Mamfe, where those so-called Amber boys got the students who went to school in Francophone regions well beaten. And those of them who did not come for holiday, they got their parents well beaten. That they cannot be here in Chang, in Mamfe, fighting for the independence of so-called Southern Cameroon or Ambazonia, while you people are going to school. You look at the madness. All the students who are fighting today, when you look at their ages, in fact, from the crimes they commit, you think that they are very big people, old men. But when they arrest them, you see that they're just some small little brats, twats. Take that gun away from them. Somebody like me, I can kill 10 only by breathing on them. I mean, just by shouting, hey, 10 of those children will collapse, because they're not even having the muscles of the smallest mosquito on earth. Small brats, because they have guns. They begin to torture, kill, and dupe money from people. And you see, the money that they even collect from people like that, I don't even know whether it betters their life. Because how do you eat money in the forest? Most times when they attack those amber camps, you see that they have only one big pot there where they cook all their food. How can you enjoy millions in that one kind of pot, in that pot? The money they even take from people, they don't even have use for it, because they don't even have access to stores, to supermarkets, to nightclubs, to places like beaches where you can eat some good, nice roasted fish. The money they just take from people is just to lavish some girlfriends who give them monkey pox and AIDS in return. I don't know. These are children who are supposed to be in school. At one point, you yourselves who have been brainwashed and taken into this kind of extremism, you are supposed to tell yourself that, what's my future going to look like? Is this how I'm going to live my life all along? Because you can hide for 99 days, but the owner has 1 day. How long will you people do this thing and be hiding inside the bush while the other people who are instructing you to stay in the bushes are there abroad, enjoying themselves? They don't observe ghost towns. They don't have problems with gunshots. Even if they shoot somebody here, it doesn't matter to them. When you even die, what kind of respect do they give you? Do they even bother whether you were well buried? The people you are fighting for. You are fighting for somebody with whom you had no relationship when he was in Cameroon, who has never known you, who does not know your family. How can you work for a master you don't know? You don't see that all these boys are just cowards? Look at Eric Tato. Before he left Cameroon, the struggle was going on. He never made any video in Cameroon, no live video. He goes abroad like a gong dog now, hiding behind somebody's door, compound, and is making noise all over the place. And you say that's somebody, that's a master to watch it. If he was brave, why didn't he do those things in Cameroon where he himself was here? If he was that brave. Why does he think that it is always safer to do what he's doing out of Cameroon? People who are brave like myself stand here in Cameroon, use their face, their name, and they go about saying what has to be done. Not that you go and hide somewhere, you are pushing somebody. We've always asked you to ask them to come to Cameroon and fight alongside with you. Come, let them come to Cameroon. You give them the very so-called days you have. Let them also fight. None of them can step into Cameroon because they know that it is dangerous for them to do that with the activities that they are doing. They push you in front, you go and die. And those of you who are alive, who are listening to me now, you will not even take example from your friends who are being killed, the so-called heroes that you had, the Ivos, the Beltus, the Amigos, who call themselves self-proclaimed generals. I hear the other one number is running already towards Nigeria. Right now, as we are talking, Fimasha, he's between life and death because they are hunting him like an elephant. Those of you who are remaining behind, instead of saying that, oh, this is something that we can actually stay away from and collaborate with what the head of state has put in place called the disarmament committee and get ourselves out of this shit, you are still there, that you are fighting. Fighting for who? Fighting with how many people? Every day they are killing you people. Take stock of what is happening, my dear brothers and sisters. And most of you are even having the ages of my children. Huh? Ask yourself that you people are in this struggle with the so-called Ambazonian Ring leaders in the diaspora. How many of them have died because of the crisis? Are you the only ones who are going to free the so-called Southern Cameroon and Ambazonia and get independence? How many of them have died? It is you people who are dying here every day. I cannot even count. I asked people yesterday to estimate. Some were saying 3,000, 1,000. Only this year, how many of you have died? And even as I'm talking, I'm sure somebody is being killed somewhere because of this Ambazonian nonsense. When they want to kill you, they call you general. When you yourself know that you have not seen the four walls of a military training center. Have you been to EMEA? No, most of you don't even have first school living certificate. With the illiteracy that you have, they cannot even communicate in English. In pidgin, even it's more than FEMA to speak pidgin English. You call yourself a general and you are boasting somewhere. You don't know that those are titles that are giving you to encourage you to go and die. I don't know the kind of stupidity that we are actually living through. But I just want to pray that, in fact, as God lives, I beg, let us not take this into 2019. The people you kidnapped and took money from, what you've earned for yourself is just enmity. Because even as we are talking, the ransom you took from them is not with you as we speak. Okay? So if you look carefully, you will see that those people abroad who are saying that the struggle should continue, they are saying that because they are still alive and nothing is threatening their life. Those people are the greatest cowards you can ever find in the face of the earth. Those who are ringleaders abroad. Ministers left Cameroon and went to United States where Tapang Ivo is. He never even came 50 kilometers close to where the ministers were to dialogue with them. Same thing happened in Belgium. Mark Baratas was far away. The Salai law firm, let me just use this opportunity to also greet them because they are the ones spicing our end of here with very good news because they have actually hit a very hard blow on the cowards in the diaspora to show you that they are cowards. Just a common lawsuit. Tapang Ivo blocked all his Facebook accounts. He blocked even the one he's using, which I hear whether they call it a spokesman of whatever. All of them are trembling and vibrating. The IG, the so-called Ambassador IG, has already dismissed ADF and other groups which are carrying guns that are not part of it because they are already smelling danger. Just because of one lawsuit, mighty cowards. Tell me that those type of people can stand a gunshot. That they are sending you into danger, you are going with their stupidity, not knowing that they themselves, those people are, if a woman points them her right finger, one of the fingers on her right hand, those boys will urinate in their pants. They cannot stand where human beings are standing. They cannot talk where people are talking. Then they send you to go and die. You two are carrying your head. Well, I know that I'm just throwing water on the deck's back, but you have to know that all those who help to nurture Ambazonia, those who supported Ambazonia from the onset, are today regretting because that Ambazonia is haunting all of them. The devil is a wild beast. He comes out only to kill, steal, and destroy. If the Bible is wrong, tell me one other thing that Ambazonia has achieved apart from killing, stealing, and destroying. What have they achieved? Those who were supporting Ambazonia from the onset, including some Catholic priests and bishops, they are today regretting. The other day I saw these boys, the so-called Amba boys in the Munyenge, actually shutting the doors of a church that there will be no Christmas mass said here. Up to now, I've not heard from Cardinal Njume as far as that is concerned. Honestly speaking, it is a pity. And the Bible said it, that when the time will come, even the elect will be led astray by the wickedness of this end time. It is unfortunate. Okay, today they kidnap even priests. Do you know that they kidnapped 4 Catholic priests the other day, and they the guys up to today they don't have the courage to say it in public that they were kidnapped and they paid 7 million to the kidnappers? Do you know that happened? Eh? Boycott schools, you boycott. Burn schools, you burn. Boycott elections, you boycott. And after all those boycotts, at the end of the day, what happens? They now tell you to boycott your own enjoyment. You know now. Because that's what the devil is after. To take away your happiness and your peace. That don't attend Christmas. There will be no Christmas. Stay at home. You cannot be enjoying Christmas when our generals have died, as though you are the one who killed them. Even New Year now, they are making it a taboo that they don't want to catch you enjoying New Year. But you are the very people who applauded that demon and nurtured him and grew him up to the height where he is now, where he is haunting you back. It's always good to denounce evil. The Bible is very clear about that. That in times of tribulation, when there is trouble and temptation like now, and fear and terror all over the place, you who want to save your life by keeping quiet, you will lose your life. And that you who is risking your life by denouncing the devil and talking boldly, like I'm doing right now, you will save your life. That's why Njume is alive today. Because I am denouncing evil. I am speaking the truth and shaming the devil. You cannot have people among us who are, who have become cannibals, and then you expect me to applaud them. They kill people and behead them and all sort of. Then Njume, I should stain my hand in that kind of blood, because just applauding what these boys are doing is, collecting human blood in your hands. Some of you don't even know that. Those people abroad who are supporting this movement, those are the people who actually hate you. Because they know that by coming out in the open and saying that they are Ambazonians, they are directly shutting their way to come to Cameroon. You see, some of them have been abroad for so long. Now Ambazonia has given them an excuse to stay there forever and not even bother about their family. Because the only thing they will tell you is that, I wanted to come home to spend Christmas, but I cannot come because, we are wanted at the airport for supporting Ambazonia. So why did you get into it if you love your family? If these boys who are abroad actually loved you people, this moment the first Anglophone child was killed, they could have stopped this crisis. All the bloodshed and the genocide that the Mark Baratas and the rest, the hypocrites keep talking about every day. They are the masterminders. Because if they put a stop to this thing when it had to stop, nobody could have died after that. All the bloodshed that we've had could have stopped. It is not late. So many people have died out of stupidity. I just pray that the Holy Spirit drives my voice deep into you now, that you people collect some sense and receive sense, oh God. That as we're entering into 2019, we shall say goodbye to this Anglophone crisis. We shall say goodbye to ghost towns, to all this rebellion and terrorism, and save the remaining lives who are listening to me now. May God anoint you, oh God, with the grace to live. Life is sweet, Life is very, very sweet and precious. Keep yours jealously and enjoy the paradise which God created for man on earth, please. I am wishing all of you a very happy new year and pray that our boys will come out of this stupidity which the Frenchman calls vivre heureux et mourir jeune. Most of you are in this thing partly because of yourselves too, because you have tasted millions. You have seen millions for the first time. But you don't know that money is the source of all evil? You are doing a kind of vivre heureux mourir jeune. What does it pay you? To live a luxurious life for 2 weeks and lose your soul, like the other people who have died now with audacia on their bodies. It is very clear that they are with the devil. So please, I want to pray that the germ of self-destruction, the virus of self-destruction, the evil, the demon of self-destruction should get away from my people who speak this language in which I'm expressing myself this morning very proudly. Oh God, English people are very proud people all over the world because English is the most popular language. It's the language of technology. How can people speak English and they be that stupid as some of you are? It's unfortunate. As we're ending this year, oh God, I pray that you open the eyes of my people and that you lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Let my people come to reason. Let them see who want life. If I would tell you that it needs feathers to keep itself warm. This world will make no meaning to anybody if you live in it alone. Stay alive for us, our dear brothers and sisters of the Anglophone region, and let us together foster peace in this nation, which is so sweet and unique, through Christ our Lord. Amen. Sharing is free. Be blessed by taking this message to another person just by clicking share. Thank you.